We're going to go through installing a Lexmark copier on your network. So first thing we want to do is go and get our drivers. We're going to go to lexmark.com. Now I know that Internet Explorer works with Lexmark's website. Chrome seems to have some issues with it, so let's stick with Internet Explorer or Firefox. Once you're on Lexmark's site, you're going to go to Customer Support, Drivers and Downloads. Here we're going to search for your specific model number. I'm using an XM5163. Once it pops up in the list, select it. Your operating system, this is currently Windows 8 64-bit that I'm using. Make sure we select the right operating system. And then, of course, you want to select your language and then submit. It may take a moment for this menu to pop up. Once it does, you've got lots of different options here. We're actually going to go with the PCL for now. You can use the 5E, the XL, or you can actually use the Lexmark 5100 series XPS. If there is an XPS driver, that'll work also. So I'm going to use the PCL 5E. Go ahead and click that. And then on the next screen, you're going to go ahead and click Download. And then, of course, it'll download it, and it'll ask you what you want to do with it. We're going to save as. We're going to go to our desktop and save it there. And then we just wait for the download to complete. Once the download's complete, we're going to go back to our desktop, and here's the file we just downloaded. Let's go ahead and double-click that. It'll run through this. Now, you see you can't accept it. You actually have to scroll through the entire thing and accept. And we're just going to extract for right now. And we're going to uncheck this box. And then we want to save it back to our desktop also. So here we go to our desktop. And then we're going to click Start. Let it extract the file, and here's our extracted file now. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. So next we want to go to our printer. So with Windows 8, if you press your Windows key on your keyboard and the letter R, it will bring up the Run command. In here we want to type in Control-Printers. Click OK. And this will bring up your printers window. We're going to add a printer. Windows 8 automatically searches the network for all connected copiers, printers. But we're going to skip that. We're going to click the printer that I want isn't listed. Make sure Add a Printer using TCP IP address or host name is selected. Click Next. In the device type, we're going to select TCP IP device. And then host name or IP address, you will type the IP address of your copier. Make sure you don't type in what I'm putting in here. Once you have your IP address in, make sure this box is unchecked and click Next. Once this screen comes up, we're going to go to Have Disk. And then we're going to browse back to this folder here on the desktop. So go to Browse, select your desktop, and then find the folder that we extracted. You're going to double-click all the way down until you get here when you see all these different options. These are all the different languages for the drivers. We're actually going to scroll to the bottom, and here's the file that we actually want. Click Open, and OK. And here's our printer. So go ahead and click Next. Printer name, you can name it whatever you want. Typically, I just leave it as is. Click Next, and Windows will install your printer. Once that's done, you'll get this screen. Make sure we select Do Not Share this printer unless you are putting it on a server and sharing the driver out across the network. Go ahead and click Next. And of course, you can set it as your default if you'd like to. We're going to skip printing a test page for just a moment. Go ahead and click Finish. And here's our installed copier. So we want to change a quick setting in here. So we're going to right click, go to Printer Properties, and then on this screen we're going to go to Preferences. Now in here you've got all your different options for the copier. We're going to change Print on Both Sides duplex option. I'm going to change this to Print on One Side only. Click OK, and then we're going to print a test page. If your test page prints, you have done everything correctly and you are good to go.